Thanks for joining us on Final Drive TV. We are at the 2024 season opener for the United States Touring Car Championship. My name is Becky, and joining me for this season is Nikki.
It's great to be here. This weekend, we are here in Willows, California at the beautiful Thunderhill Raceway Park. And boy, is it a rainy weekend.
Oh, is it been raining yesterday? Wow, practice yesterday. Our drivers, some are prepared.
Some weren't. That was a main challenge for some of our drivers yesterday, trying to find the wet tires to use in qualifying in the race.
So this morning they're scrambling. Most of them, it looks as if they're setting up for a wet setup, rain tires for qualifying.
That's right, but as the race gets closer, the rain is supposed to end right as the green flag is going to drop, but that doesn't necessarily mean dry tires or dry setup.
Nor does it mean wet tires. So it's going to be anyone's guess who goes out with what. I think round one, the goal of these drivers is points.
That's right. We're so early in the season that these points could mean the championship for some of our drivers later on.
Absolutely can. So let's talk to those drivers. This is going to be an interesting race.
No doubt about that.
Tim Hunter, how was qualifying?
Well, it's a little difficult without wet tires, but we made it work, and hopefully we'll be doing well in the race.
Thank you. Have a safe race. Marion, how was qualifying?
It was good. It was still wet out there, but it was drier than the training session before, or warm-up session before. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure what I did or how I did. I have no idea, which is fine. But I hope we'll have a good race later, and it's going to dry up a little bit more.
All right, be safe out there. Daniel Milburn, how was qualifying?
Qualifying went really well. It's really slippery out there, but seemed to put a decent time out. I came in first for for sportsmen, so I'm hoping that I can keep that trend going for the rest of the day.
Thank you. Michael McCulligan, how was qualifying?
Qualifying was great. First of all glory to God for keeping me safe out there. It was fun, a little bit challenging. I don't have a lot of experience in the rain, so I took it kind of conservative, tried to build a little speed. But overall, it was good. The car's handling good. It's more about me getting more committed out there in the wet.
All right, have a great race.
Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to round one of the United States Touring Car Championship here at Thunderhill Raceway. I'm Ken Anamor, joined by
Rick Nanini.
The first race of the season is always glorious. We have all these drivers who just got done with their winter prep to see what their cars can do. We're going to go ahead and go to our ATP grid to see how qualifying went and who's going to be starting on the front row.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good race. We have lots of rain overall, but Andy Chittum starts on pole position in the wet race in the 31 GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis. Next to him is Gary Trudeau in the other GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis.
Beside him, or behind him, we're going to have the number 34 of Gordon Punn in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Honda Civic Type R. Joining him is going to be Sean Milburn in the number 15 Bay Area Drafting E36 M3.
Next up is Tom Lepper in the Thomas Lepper Associates Chevrolet Cobalt SS. Next to him is Tim Hunter in the VT Racing Volvo C30.
Behind them is going to be the number 22 of Al Gambetti in the Corvette Cobalt California Chevy Cobalt SS. Next to him is the number 28 of Rob Harper in the Forge Line ATP Racing BMW 335.
Next we have Caleb Yeager in the Nissan 350Z. And next to them is Ali Arsham in the number 33 GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis.
Behind him is going to be Daniel Milburn, Sean Milburn's brother, driving in Sportsman in the Bay Area Drafting Acura RSX. Next to the number 2 of Pete Bovenberg in the MBO Motorsports Rota Wheels Honda Civic SI.
Next up in the 36 is Michael McCulligan in the Ray Bestis Idemitsu Mazda RX-8. And we have the 65 Marion Engelke in the Ground Control Systems BMW 328.
And then rounding out our grid is going to be the number 30 of David Vodden in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Honda Civic. Lots of Hondas running out here in the sportsman class. Seems to be a very popular choice.
Yes, lots of Hondas, lots of Hyundais. So here we are getting ready for our standing start. The cars are lining up and stopping on the front straight. The green flag is about to be waved. The starter's holding up the green flag. So we're about to run. Here we go. Go, go, go. Oh, and Sean Milburn gets a rocket start.
Yeah, wow. Wow. Squeezes that wall on the inside there. That was a really close gap. It didn't look like he was going to make that.
This is Pun in the Type R going outside of Andy Chittum, spraying a bunch of mud to the car behind him. That was Trudeau in the Genesis, but the Civic Type R is chasing after Milburn.
Yeah, I heard a popular tactic in that nice wet mud out there, spraying it on the windshield.
Well, yeah, so everybody's chasing the front runners now, and we're on board with the 31. This is Andy Chittum driving the Genesis. He's trying to get back some positions. Because qualifying was in the wet and this is in the dry, everything is jumbled up, and so it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it was a crazy break in the weather that we got for this race. It's been raining all weekend long, except for when we get to go out racing. So these drivers are pretty happy out here. They get to run on their slicks and see what their cars can do.
Yeah, so up front, Sean Milburn with his rocket start is just checked out, it seems like. Rob Harper in second place, and there's Pun in the Civic Type R third place.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's gapped out too far. Sean did get a good start. He was able to take advantage of that lead. He hasn't had to fight anyone. But we'll see as this race progresses kind of what that looks like for him. Looks like Rob Harper and Gordon Pound are pretty close behind.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be by yourself when you don't have to fight anybody. You can just put your head down and not make hopefully many mistakes. Looks like the top three cars have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field.
Yeah, field behind's been fighting with each other. These Genesis 1, 2, 3 all right on top of each other, so they're definitely going to be slowing each other down if they keep fighting like that and they don't put their heads down to catch leaders.
Yeah, that battle's between Chittum, Trudeau, and Arsham in the three Genesises that are about 5 seconds off of the leaders' times here. So here we see, looks like Rob Harper in Super Touring is catching up to Sean Milburn.
Yeah, we're going to see Rob wanting to get by here. Sean and Rob are in separate classes, so Sean doesn't want to hold him up, but he also doesn't want to be held up by Rob if he manages to get by and start slowing him down in some of those tighter sections.
Well, straightaway would be a nice place for Rob to pass, but it doesn't seem like he's got enough horsepower to make the move just yet. But maybe on this next straightaway after we pass 14 and 15, we'll see that 28 pass. But here we see the three.
Yeah, this is the real battle right here.
Yes, this is battle for third place in touring car. And these guys are really close. Identical cars, really close. Ooh, that was Trudeau looking on the inside.
Yeah, Trudeau joining us in his Genesis once again. Opted to get back behind the wheel and show him what he can do.
Chittum looks like he's got a draft.
Yeah, he's got a good run out of that corner, and he's going for it.
Yes. Oh, and he turns in and he finds himself being passed.
Yeah, that was a good pass there. He made that done clean on the straight, got in there in the braking zone. Andy kind of just had nowhere to go besides the outside.
Yeah, you just kind of forced Andy to have to wait until it does its turn in. It's kind of rough to drive like that with a dirty window like that. That's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see kind of if Gary has a windshield wiper on his side. I know a lot of these cars only have one wiper.
Yeah, the problem is if you just smear the mud around even if you do, so it just makes it worse, seems like. But yeah, now Andy is following Trudeau, and he's looking for a way to get by. But then he's got to be careful because we see in the mirrors he's got Arsham behind him. There we are on board Arsham. So he's got to be careful not to get too focused on the car ahead because there's another angry.
Oh, coming up on traffic in 8. That is a really bad spot.
Fast place to pass. So yeah, you have to make sure he pays attention to both front and rear.
It looks like we got Caleb Yeager in the 370Z there.
Yeah, he's running in second place in Super Touring at the moment. But he's lost.
Oh, this gap is stretching out here.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Rob trying to get on the inside. This is the P2I. Yes, he makes it work. Okay, so we have a new overall leader. So that's your first place Super Touring, first place Touring.
Yeah, and it seems like Gordon Pun is hanging in there. It didn't look like he got the tangling with Rob there. If he had gotten Rob and Sean to tangle up, he might have been able to make up some of that time, but... Whoa!
This is Trudeau. He just spun out.
Oh, that looked like more than a spin. That looks like something broke.
Yes, he did. Looks like he lost a wheel. Now that hands this third place to...
Oh, yeah, look how low that car is. He definitely lost something.
Yes, so this tow crew goes out, and so we'll take this opportunity while there's a full course yellow to go to commercial.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the other side.
Watch the show that's about real car builds. road trips to meet real legends, real garage projects, real tool reviews, and lots of real fun along the way. Watch Real Garage with Andy. Just visit YouTube and search for Real Garage with Andy.
All right, and we're back. It looks like they have gotten Gary Trudeau's car off the course. Rob and Sean probably aren't going to be too happy about this full course yellow with how far ahead they were able to get it in this race. Just kind of go to waste. We'll see how the second part of this race goes.
Yeah, here the restarts are always interesting, so we'll see. Sean's got to be able to get on the gas quickly. Reza's chasing him, and looks like Andy and Arsham were side by side on the straightaway. We missed that a little bit.
Oh, here we go.
Here goes Reza passing Caleb, trying to get a hold of Sean. And here's Arsham trying to, he fell behind. Arsham was in third place, and it's now in fourth.
Yeah, he lost some positions off that restart. It's a really important spot. You got to make sure that you get on that gas as soon as the green comes out, or you're going to be missing out hard.
Yeah, it's really important to time it right and paying attention to where you are. So if you lose your momentum for 1 second, you're toast. So here we are. Sean is
Gordon's right there.
Rob is walking away with this. He's using his turbocharged power to pull away, but behind, that Civic is getting a little close for too close for comfort.
Yeah, now that this field's kind of congealed and we get to see everyone running without racing each other, it looks like everyone's pretty evenly matched on their paces here.
Yeah, definitely. They are coming on with the Nissan there in the middle of them. The Nissan's not in their class, but hopefully it won't be a problem for them, for the two Genesises, to pass each other.
Coming down the main straight here, we're going to have the white flag coming out. If anyone's going to try anything, it's going to have to be now.
Yeah, the big battle. Oh, now here's our sportsman leader. That's Bovenberg in the Civic.
Yeah, it looks like Daniel Milburn got stretched out quite a bit from first, so it's going to be looking rough for trying to get that position there on this last lap.
Yeah, so only a few more corners left for our top three cars here. Harper leading the field.
Yeah, it looks like Gordon Pun has not given up on trying to get this win. Anything can happen in these last couple corners. We've seen it many times there where car might break, something happens. It's not the first time.
Yeah, you definitely can't celebrate before you see the checkered flag. Milburn was pressing some buttons. Maybe that's the turbo boost button or something. He's trying to get every last horsepower out of that car. But looks like he is going to secure a win.
Neat and tidy onto the main straight here. Good gap, so it's looking like a first place for Rob Harper overall. Looking at the standings, first place overall is going to be Rob Harper in Super Touring class, followed by second place Caleb Yeager in his Nissan 350Z. First place for Touring Car class is going to be Sean Milburn, followed by Gordon Pun, followed by Andy Chittum. And then for Sportsman class, we're going to have Pete Bovenberg taking the win, followed by Daniel Milburn, and then Michael McColligan third.
Thanks for joining us on Final Drive TV. We are at round 2 of the United States Touring Car Championship. My name is Becky, and joining me today is Nikki.
It's great to be here. This weekend we are at Sonoma Raceway here in Northern California, a driver favorite in our series. And the weather could not be better. It is in the mid-70s with a slight cool breeze, which means that car setup for our drivers is going to be very easy and predictable. Yes.
All right, welcome back. We're here for round 2 of the United States Touring Car Championship here at Sonoma Raceway. These drivers returning yet again to fight another battle at everyone here's basically their home tracks. Everyone here loves Sonoma. Everyone knows it really well, so we're really going to get to see kind of what these drivers are made of at this track. All their cars function really well here, and we have a lot of drivers that are joining us for this race.
Yeah, so our ATP starting grid starts out with a familiar battle, seems like this year, between Gordon Pun in that Type R and Sean Milburn. So Gordon Pun this time, the 34, taking the pole position. Second place is Sean Milburn in that Bay Area drafting BMW M3, looking to score another win here.
Behind them, we're going to have the number 3 of Gary Trudeau in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis. Beside him is going to be Andy Chittum in his GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis.
Yeah, this is going to be a good battle between the two of them. Next up is Ali Arsham in the 33, another GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Hyundai Genesis. And then we have Larry Banney in the Hermes Network BMW M3.
Behind them is going to be the number 28 of Bo Borders in the Forge Line ATP Racing BMW 335i. Then next to him is going to be Victor Ing in the Rose Construction BMW M3.
Next up in Sportsman, we have Pete Bovenberg in the MBO Motorsports Rotor Wheels Civic SI. Next to him is Tom Milburn in the 14 Bay Area Drafting Acura RSX.
Behind them is going to be the number 36 of Michael McColligan in the Ray Bestis Idemitsu Honda Civic. And then beside him is going to be the number 32 of Becky Arsham in the GoGoGear.com Koenig Wheels Honda Civic.
Next is in the 65, we have Marion Engelke in the BMW 328i. And next to her is Al Gambetti in the 22 Cobalt, California Chevy Cobalt.
Looks like the cars are coming to park on the grid here on the main straight of Sonoma Raceway. We're going to have our touring car field separated from the sportsman field as we always do in this class to get everyone a little bit of a break of racing room here so we don't just pile up in turn 2.
Yeah, we have 4 front-wheel drive cars and one rear drive car in Sportsman. So that's going to be a great, interesting. And that's Gordon Pun in the Civic, who didn't get a very good start.
Yeah, front-wheel drive cars. That's pretty rough. Doesn't look like it ended up too bad though.
Yeah, but Sean Milburn got a great start, and he's rocketing away. And we see Sean is in the lead. We have who's that third? That was Andy Chittum in third place.
Yeah, it looks like we have Bo Borders and Victor Ing here, super touring battle. Looks like Victor. No,
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah, that was Victor going on the inside, trying to catch up to Bo Borders.
Yeah, Bo Borders.
And Bo is trying to pull away.
Yeah, really packed start here. A lot of people making different moves in these classes here. Looks like everyone's kind of straightening out though, evening out. We're on board here.
This is we're on board Victor Ing. He's chasing Larry Banny in that yellow BMW M3 in the front. Banny is in 4th place. We're now on board with Gordon Pun again, chasing down Sean. He's trying to get past that car. He wants the points.
Yeah, and last race actually, the tires that drivers used did not count towards your series total since it was declared a rain race. So the drivers that did decide to use slicks in that first race can use brand new slicks again in this race, which now count towards your series total. So there are some drivers out here on slicks that are on their second use, and there are some drivers out here that are on slicks on their first use as well.
Yeah, so it's always the strategy is extremely important to figure out what's going on here. We are.
Yeah, it looks like Victor.
This is Bo Borders in the 28.
Oh, yeah. Bo Borders. Trying to get by, looks like Andy Chittum there.
Yeah, and look at that. Sean's getting defensive, trying to hold off Gordon there. And we get to the straightaway. It's going to be a drag race from here on out.
Oh, wow. That coming out of that corner there, that Type R booster car, wow.
You can see his shift lights blinking. He's using everything that car's got, trying to get that, and he regains the lead.
Main straight.
Wow, beautiful move there. And once again, we have the three fast cars, the same 3 cars we had last race up front.
Yeah, the outside of turn 11 at Sonoma is kind of interesting because it looks like there's in no way that would ever work. But really where you're going to pass is on the main straight if you can get a better run out of that corner, forcing your competition tight, which seems to be kind of what happened there to Sean. Good pass by Gordon Pun.
Well, I think it comes down to just traction, right? Who can get the most traction coming out of the tight corner?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is Sean now. He's in 2nd place, trying to catch Pun there in that Civic Type R. He's got to watch his mirrors because there's a fast BMW right behind him.
Yeah, Bo Borders in the Super Touring class is going to be looking to get by these guys. He's going to want to pull away from Victor as much as he possibly can. But it looks like he is being pretty courteous, knowing that these two guys are 1-2 in class, racing each other. So let's see if he manages to squeeze himself in between them or not, or if he decides to pick a good opportunity to make a nice clean pass on both.
Yeah, so behind them, we saw in the corner of your screen there, we saw Chittum and Larry Banny. They're fighting it out for the next positions behind this pack. So that's going to be a nice battle between a BMW and a Hyundai back there.
Yeah, it looks like the 1, 2, 3 up here, they're not stretched too far, but far enough away to where if these two guys keep fighting, they're going to be running into problems trying to catch the lead pack.
Yeah, Larry's being really aggressive, trying to go on the outside move, the same pass you just talked about.
Yeah, same pass, there we go.
And he just made it work also, so looks like there's a lot of traction back there on the outside.
The outside, you get that more momentum around. It's a wider arc. You're forcing your competitor to stay in nice and tight. You get a better run onto that main straight. Works decently well as long as you can get really close to him in the braking zone.
Yeah, so Banny's now moved that BMW to 3rd place, so that's really good. And it looks like he's actually pulling away right now.
Yeah, he is pulling away. Oh, here's Andy Chittum. Look at that nice helmet.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out how the heck did he make that move and how did he pass me on the outside. Oh, here we go. This is...
this is Bo Borders looking to pass Sean Milburn here in turn 7.
Goes on the inside of 7 and is going to make this maybe work.
Yeah, it looks like two drivers working together there, trying to impede each other the least amount they can. Now Bo's going to be trying to chase down Gordon Pun, and looks like the gap is stretching out between Sean and Gordon.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's a little bit of a gap between this top 3 to our next batch, but those guys are already 2 corners behind, so these guys are really pushing hard.
Back to the sportsman battle. We got Pete Bovenberg versus Tom Milburn. These two guys have been racing against each other for many years. They know how each other drive really, really well. Both in their respective cars, they've been driving a really long time. So we're going to catch up with these two drivers after our commercial break, and we'll see how they're doing on their dicing it out here. Alright, and welcome back. It looks like Bo Borders has closed up this gap on Gordon Pun here, and he's probably going to be looking for the same pass he used on Sean.
Probably going to pass him at the same place that he did earlier, trying to go on the inside of 7 if we can make it work, but maybe not. But yeah, they are, the field is already lapping cars, so these laps are really going by quickly. These guys are turning in really super fast laps.
Yeah, the new surface here at Sonoma Raceway, I believe this is the first race for a lot of these drivers here at this new track, and it is seconds quicker. It is much faster, way less bumps out here that you got to worry about, so everyone can run tighter setups on their car. Yeah, oh, wow. Gordon, that is not the spot you want to be dropping tires, my man.
Yeah, well, because of that, he gets past here on the inside, and the gap shrinks a little bit between himself and 2nd place behind. And that
yeah, it's looking like Bo better start pulling away here. If he starts holding up Gordon, Gordon's not going to be too happy about that. He's far enough away to where Sean can't make any kind of challenges right now.
Yeah, so this is he needs to turn some quick laps here as we see more. This was Bovenberg and the RSX and Tom Milburn fighting for first place in Sportsman. Oh, something went wrong. Maybe did he miss a shift?
It looks like Pete might have missed a gear there. That he got by way too clean for that to not have been a problem.
But then he's back. So whoa, now they're side by side through 7.
Yeah, and this run out of 7 is always scary because it's playing chicken going into the S's here. It looks like Tom Milburn's able to squeeze that out. Oh, wow, Gordon's running really wide.
Something went wrong here, and look at that. And Sean has regained the lead.
Not yet. This is a drag race here. We'll see who's able to end up out front in turn 2.
They're side by side, and I think Sean got it.
Yeah, was that the race?
I think that was checkered flag. That was a drag race to the finish. Oh, wow, Sean got it.
That was a close race to that finish there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well we have Bo Borders takes the win with Victor in 2nd place. Sean Milburn takes the win over Gordon Pun with Larry Banney in 3rd place, and Tom Milburn takes the win over Michael McCulligan. And we have Becky Arsham in 3rd place.
If you like watching the United States Touring Car Championship, please go to our Facebook, USTCC, and please go to our website, USTCC.com, if you plan on trying to drive your own race car in the future. Thank you for joining us for round 2.